This podcast discusses paranormal activity and other topics some might find disturbing. Listener discretion is advised.
Is it a chill or a ghostly breeze? A knock, a tap, what do you believe? Ghosts, gossip, gather around, where the lost and the haunted are found. Ghosts, gossip, don't make a sound. Truth or tales, we'll dig it out.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ashley, and welcome back to another episode of Ghost Gossip. Today, I'm joined by another special guest. Y'all know I love to have special guests on. Her name is Livy, Yvonne, and she is an author. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, welcome. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Now, to introduce my listeners to you, can you just tell them about you and then about your book and what kind of book you wrote?
So, I'm Livy. I wrote a Gothic thriller and dark romance. Now, I am an author of thriller in general, so it's not always Gothic, it's not always dark romance, but this particular book is very paranormal. It takes place in a haunted Victorian manor, and I wrote it because that's just the aesthetic that I wanted my life to be. But I'm actually kind of bright and bubbly, so it's funny that I actually wrote something so dark. This
To
is what
die
it looks
for.
like. Yeah,
I
to
love
die.
it.
I designed the cover myself.
I love it.
Thanks.
That's funny you say that because I'm very bubbly as well. And people are like, you have a paranormal podcast? I'm like, yes.
Yeah, and it's funny because my full-time job, although I am trying to make being an author my career, of course, but my full-time job in the meantime is I work at a pediatric urgent care. So on the reg, I'm very hi, I'm gonna give your arm a little hug. And then at night the lights go down and I'm like, it was a dark and stormy night.
And it was a thriller and it was dark and it's death.
Yeah.
It's to die for.
There's blood everywhere.
I love it. Yeah, I call myself the paranormal sweetheart because, and I know that's just stereotypical of, you think of paranormal or ghosts or spirits or tarot cards or witchy stuff, and people automatically think black and scary and spooky and doesn't smile. And then they meet me. I'm like, I know. But
things have changed.
yes, it has changed. It has ventured out. And I like to think I'm a little Gothic, but just a little. I like pink and blue.
Yeah, pink is my favorite color.
Yes, yep, mine too. I have pink back here, and then I have my blue over here, and then my walls are purple because purple is it's very soothing in here.
For sure.
So what inspired you to write a Gothic horror novel?
So I love all things horror in general. I grew up watching scary movies and reading Stephen King. I knew I wanted to write a thriller. I just didn't know which direction to go to at first. And so I was actually sitting in my living room and it was dark. There was only a candle lit and my grandfather clock that I have in my living room was just ticking away. And I looked at it and I was like, okay, this is going to be in a Victorian manor. There's going to be candlelit everything everywhere. There's definitely going to be a grandfather clock involved. And I just started writing, and that was that.
Is it your first book, or have you written before?
So this is my debut novel. I did self-publish a self-help book. It's just a dating book. It's called 50 Shades of Blonde. It's funny, but it's not really considered a novel. I mean, it's only 120 pages. It's a really quick read. But this is my first novel, for sure.
Is this one self-published too, or did a publishing company pick you up?
Well, it's kind of self-published, but I wanted traditional publishing, and I got tired of being told no. I got told no 21 times. So I was like, you know what? Fine, because you're more credible if you have a publishing company name
Right.
on your book. So I just created my own publishing company and then published my book.
I'll fix that.
Yeah.
I'll publish my own book through my own publishing company.
But legitimately, like, it is self-published, yes.
Well, I love that though, because it's just like, I know how to handle this. Now, what is your publishing company name?
McElroy Manor Publishing.
I love it. I love a manor. In paranormal world, Victorian
Yeah.
houses, manors, haunted hospitals, asylums, we love that stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I
That's
love
just
it.
the way to go.
Now, you say that it's paranormal. How was the book paranormal?
Okay, so aside from it taking place in a haunted manor, which there are a lot of like paranormal activity things that happen in the book, aside from the main plot, there is such a significant twist at the end that just really ties in the paranormal world altogether. And I don't want to say too much for giving it away, but I mean, I my editor was even at the end after reading my book was like, Livy, what the did I just read? I was like, "That is exactly the response I needed from you."
Nailed it.
Yeah. She was like, "I did not see that coming," and so it's just, it's very, very good.
Now, do you have, because this is a spooky podcast or paranormal podcast, do you have personal experience with the paranormal?
I do very much so.
Ooh,
So I mean, first and foremost, I am an empath and a sensitive, so ghosts have just been my thing my whole life. I grew up in Pennsylvania. That whole state is haunted.
right.
I
Yeah, I was
mean, the
about to
whole state
say.
of the whole state of Pennsylvania is haunted. So, the house I grew up in, we had a lot of activity happen. And aside from that, I always went out looking. I used to call it my haunted adventures. So I used to always go out to like the most like known haunted places in the area. And I've experienced a lot of things here and there, but the biggest event that stands out to me, if you don't mind me sharing.
No, please do.
Okay, so back in 2020, I was dating this guy for like a little while. We ended up passing away,
Oh, no.
and I was already like I already have some mental health things that I battle, so that like kind of does not help you when you're grieving a significant loss. It makes it a lot worse. And so October 2020, I was in a very bad place and like mentally, and I was trying to get myself, like, around family and just kind of, like, doing things to get out of the house to try to,
Yeah.
get a little better. So I go to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania with my youngest brother because 'cause I'm like, "We're gonna go on a haunted adventure." Like, I need to do something to bring
I
me
need
back
some
to myself.
paranormal therapy.
Yeah, so we we do this, like, little, haunted history ghost tour in Gettysburg, and so my boyfriend that had passed, his name was Clint, and the tour guide introduces himself as Clint, and I'm like, "Okay, that's ironic, but here we are." So we do the tour, we snap some photos. Might have saw something crazy in one of the pictures. It's kind of hard to say because I don't know. It's hard, really hard to pick up
Right.
stuff in photographs, you know. But the tour itself was phenomenal. I had a great time. So afterwards, it's dark out, and my brother and me are looking down this gravel path that leads you to the battlefield of Gettysburg. And you're not supposed to go down there at nighttime; it's closed.
Mhm.
But I'm one to bend rules. So I'm I'm
Potato,
looking down this
potato.
path and I'm like, "Ah, I kinda, like, really wanna go down there." And, the tour guide comes over to us and he's like, "Are you guys thinking about going over there?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he looks me dead in the eyes and he goes, well, I'm gonna tell you to do it. I think you should go down that path, and it's gonna be very dark, and at some point, it's gonna feel really heavy, and you're gonna feel like you can't move and you can't go any further. But I'm telling you, you need to just keep pushing because once you get to the end of the path, things just really lighten up. And I was like, okay, that's weird.
Strange,
Like,
but
"Okay,
thank you.
thanks." So, he leaves and I'm like, "Well, let's go." So we go. I thought we might have seen, like, a ghost of a child, but again, like, the night plays tricks on you, on your
Right.
eyes and whatever. So,
Shadows and such.
yeah, so we do go. It's actually kind of scary, like the path is. It is very dark. You can't see in front of you. You hear some things. We get to the end and it actually is a little brighter, like it's lit up by moonlight and whatever. And then we go back, get in the car, we're leaving, and I make sure I do a little like closing ceremonial thing where I'm like, nothing's coming with me. Better
Y'all
stay
gotta stay
here, you
here.
know?
Don't come. No, no.
So we're in my car, and mind you, this is October in Pennsylvania, so it's cold. I have the
Mhm.
heaters on full blast. Well, phantom rings start popping up all over my windshield. And I'm like, "What the heck?" Like, that is so like, I had
What
never actually seen them.
what are they?
So, a phantom ring on a mirror is the equivalent to an orb in a picture.
Oh.
It's like this it's just a perfect circle, and it, like, kind of appears in, like, a fogged mirror. And at first, I saw just, like, one, and I'm like, because my car was kinda new, so I was like, "Is there maybe there was a sticker there?" And then I look my brother's like, "What is that?" And then I, like, look at him, and I look back, and they're just all over my windshield, popping up all over my windshield, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that is so weird, so weird." And I start thinking and my brother starts freaking out because he's like, "Something came back with us," and I'm like, "I don't know, I don't think so, I don't feel anything negative." And I had a little, like, EMF detector with me, so I turn it on, and it starts going off, which, mind you, like, there's a radio nearby,
Right.
who's to say, but so that's going off. My brother starts crying because he's scared.
Oh, he's been outed. Oh.
And, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, the series of events that happened of the night and how, like, the tour guide's name was Clint and that, like, bizarre message he said to me. So I was like, "Clint, is that you? Like, are you here with me?" And I had this, like, visor that had a fake rose that he had gotten me on my, like, passenger mirror thing, and that
Mhm.
starts shaking really hard. And I'm like, "Okay," like, I have chills all over. My
Mm.
brother's crying. And I'm like, "Okay, so it's him," and I'm trying to think, you have to it's easier to ask in, like, a yes or no type thing,
Mhm.
right, for
Right.
communication, and so I was like, "Was that you trying to give me the message through the tour guide about continuing on even though it's hard?" And the rose started shaking harder again. And then, our song had come on
Oh.
the radio.
Oh, he was a
And
romantic.
yeah, and then I start crying obviously because 'cause I'm like,
Right.
"Oh my god,"
Oh my
But
goodness.
that's, I've experienced a lot of, like, paranormal things and stuff and seen a lot of things, but, like, actually communicating like that, I mean, that was just significant for me. And especially, like, because I was in such a vulnerable state mentally and just the fact that, like, I have someone looking out for me that much, I was like, I need to tell you that you need to keep going. Because I mean, I'm honest in saying that, like, I was very close to giving up.
Oh, man.
So, that's just, like that's probably the most, like, paranormal story I have.
That so when I do these interviews, I am not I do not call myself a medium. However, I've been told I am. And before we started, I wanted to ask you who the man was with you, and I was like, I don't know how she's gonna receive that, so I didn't. And then when you said that, I was like, okay, well, that would make sense. Do you feel him often?
I do.
Yeah, he's with you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's very special.
But yeah,
Yeah.
he just hangs out with you.
I know. I do feel him a lot, especially when I'm listening to Pantera in my car.
Did he like them?
Yeah, that was his favorite. He was
Yeah.
a guitarist.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
so
that. I'm so sorry for your loss. I know it's been a few years, but still.
yeah, it was very hard, but
And since
um,
married, I'm guessing I see a ring, so
yeah, yeah, I'm married, and my husband is wonderful. He's such a great
yeah.
guy. So,
I was gonna say, I
he'll
think Clint approves.
good.
I get that feeling. I know, I'm sorry. I make things weird. Welcome to my podcast.
It's okay. I'm happy to be here. I like weird.
Okay, good. You're in the right place. Oh, well, that's awesome. Like, I love paranormal encounters, of course. That's what brings me here. That's what started this is my own paranormal encounters. I had a lot growing up, but then I bought a haunted house and then it just went like I was always sensitive, but once I lived in that haunted house, that kind of blew my senses wide open.
Yeah.
And now I'm just trying to learn how to cope with them and how to deal with, you know, when things happen and it's like, "Oh, I knew that was gonna happen." Well, okay.
Now, did you buy the haunted house on purpose?
No, had no idea.
See, I feel like I purposely might have.
No,
I
I
mean, the house.
will. I would, yeah, I would totally buy a haunted house. I don't wanna live in one again after doing that because when you live in it like, this house has a ghost, but I don't qualify him as haunting because he doesn't haunt. Like, he doesn't walk around making all these noises, he doesn't move things. I just know he's here because I am who I am,
Yeah.
but he doesn't necessarily haunt. My last ghost, he haunted. He did not want us there. He was very loud, he was very aggressive at times, like, he was very much haunting the house. So, I love that house, and we didn't move because it was haunted. That's a question I get a lot. But we had to move because my kid's school, and I miss the activity because I was like, "What if I never have another paranormal encounter ever again?"
Oh,
You know? And then I move here, and I still have them here, and I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm good. I'm glad I don't live there anymore."
yeah.
When you live
Yeah.
in a different feeling.
Yeah. You know what? If you have time for another quick one,
Yeah,
I can give
I
you
have
my.
girl, I got my water, you go. We're good.
Okay.
My listeners love stories.
Okay, good. Now, I want to lead this by saying, like, I'm pretty fearless when it comes to investigating. I mean, I will always be the first to walk into the darkness. Like, I'm good. Well, my husband and me recently, we were in Tennessee visiting his family, and there was a lot of family there. So we needed to, like, find somewhere to stay. Well, my husband is very thoughtful, and he tried to find this, like, he found this, like, really rustic cabin that was only like 15 minutes from his mom, and it was very cute, but the moment I walked in, I'm like, "Ooh, this
Mm-mm.
this does not feel good,"
It
but
wasn't near
whatever.
Gatlinburg, was it?
It's like an hour, it's in Chucky, so, maybe like an hour and a half from Gatlinburg. So, I'm like, "Ah, this doesn't really feel that good, but whatever, it's 2 nights, I can deal with it, I'm fine." Well, we put our stuff down, um, and we leave and go on about our day. We come back to the house or the cabin around, like, 10. I don't wanna go upstairs. And I'm like, but I don't wanna scare him either because he's not very, like, he's not like me. Like, he
Right.
knows that ghosts are a real thing,
Mhm.
um,
But he's
but
not
he
out
is.
looking for him.
Right. So, I don't wanna scare him. So I don't say anything. We get upstairs to go to bed, and I'm just like, I keep looking in the hallway, like, out the door, and I'm like, "There's something there."
Mm.
Like, I can
Mhm.
feel it. We're laying in bed, and, now mind you, I can't even sleep if the light for the refrigerator is on.
Me
Like,
neither.
I have to be in pitch black, I have to be in
Yes.
pitch silence, like, I cannot have anything on, and so we're laying there, and, I can feel this
Mm.
evil, evil thing just in the doorway, which is closer to him because he's by the doorway. So I
Right.
just feel it on the other side of him, and then I feel this woman next to me just screaming like, "He's gonna kill you. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out." That's all
What
I'm
the
hearing.
hell?
Yeah, I'll have the chills all over me. And I'm laying there and I'm like, I don't know what to do right now. Like, I literally felt terrified for my life. And now being an empath, like, maybe I was picking up on her feelings, like that she was terrified for her life, but I felt terrified for mine and my husband's. And I'm like, I can't close my eyes. I can't move. And I'm just like, Justin, can you go turn the bathroom light on? And he was like,
Okay.
"Okay." And he gets up, he turns the light on, and then grabs his phone, and he starts booking a hotel room because he's like, "First of all, like, I have felt terrified this whole time too, and the fact that you're scared scares me, and I am so serious." We're laying in bed, and he's booking the room, and I look over on the other side, and there it is. There is this dark, dark figure of something, like some tall, I'll say man, but I don't even know if that's what it was, but it was just standing there in the doorway, and I could not breathe. I was like, "I feel like I'm suffocating, like
Mhm.
I'm being choked, like I need to go. We need to get the hell out of here." And we did, we fled. It was like 11:30 at night, and we went and booked a hotel room. Never looked back.
I read a story on the podcast not too long ago of a listener who rented a cabin in Tennessee, and it was upstairs, had an upstairs. The upstairs was extremely evil and they could not be upstairs. The dogs wouldn't go upstairs. Like, oh, I just got goosebumps. And it was so bad where they fled too. So that's what I was
Yeah.
wondering if it was the same one, but I don't think it was, but that's terrifying. There's multiple of these places.
And then, of course, I start deep diving and trying to do, like, all the research I can on this cabin. I found that it was originally, like, built in 18 something on a plantation, and it was used to house slaves.
Oh no.
And it was actually built in West Virginia and then moved here. And it was just, like, such a bizarre story, I don't know, I was just like, there has to be other people that have had some kind of experience, like
Straight to Reddit.
Yeah.
So when you were writing this book, did you have an inspiration for your characters?
Yes. So my main character is an author, and I was trying to use this as a way to manifest just, like, what I'm wanting. So she's successful, like, pretty reclusive, lives in a manor in the woods, which is definitely what I want when I grow up. Um
I understand.
So I did kind of, use just what I really want with myself as inspiration for this character.
Mhm.
And it's funny because like there's a big thing about pink peonies throughout the book, and that's my favorite flower.
Mine too.
Um, and then there's like a latte that's mentioned a lot, and that's my latte order. So there's a lot of like personal things that like I just love in real life that I wanted to put in the book. And then the main male character is like I kind of wrote him off of somebody that I know who's like definitely a really old soul, is super into like reading and writing. And I mean his house, like his office is very like early 1900s vibe.
Mhm.
So I kind of like wrote him based off of this person that I know in real life.
Is there a character that kinda surprised you as you were developing the characters?
I don't think so. As my main female character was developing, honestly, it was kind of like part of me that like I don't really ever say out loud because there was a lot of rage in there.
I love it.
So
Ah,
yeah, so like
therapy.
yeah, so I will say a lot of the murder scenes I wrote, I wrote them at work.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a
Mhm,
fun fact.
mhm. It's gonna be one of those Jeopardy questions when you're famous one day.
Yeah.
What time period does your book take place in?
So the manor itself was built in the early 1900s,
Mhm.
but it does take place more present day.
Okay.
There are a couple chapters that will jump back to like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, just to kind of build the end.
Right, but pretty modern day, so not like 1800s, early I would say 1900s because I'm from the 1900s apparently, if you ask my children.
Well, I mean,
They're
so
such
am
jerks
I.
sometimes. "Oh, you were born in the 1900s? Oh," I'm like, "Jeez."
That's funny.
Did you draw any kind of inspiration or supernatural elements from history or any kind of, like, urban legends that you've heard of?
No, I did fact check myself though when I was writing like history of the house.
Oh,
So I
good.
like
Yeah.
wanted to, because the house itself is a character.
Right.
I definitely wrote it like that on purpose, and I wanted to make sure that like Victorian manners were a thing
Yes.
for that time period. Like, when were they developed?
Right. I
So
think you did
I
a good
did,
job.
yeah. So I did fact check myself on things that are in there, of course. But I did not I just really did I all the ghost stories that are in there, like, I just really I mean, kinda pulled from, like, things that I've, like, experienced, and I maybe dramatized it in the book a little bit, or, things that I've just, like, read in other paranormal books, but there were no, like, urban legends or anything like that that I
Right.
pulled from.
Okay. What do you want your readers to feel when they're reading the book? I mean, is it I know you said it's kind of a romance, but it's thriller. Do you want them to feel the more of the romance side, or are you hoping that it's more of a thriller or maybe both?
I would love them to feel more scared. Like, I definitely want them to feel, like, the thrill side of it, and
Right.
I want them to be like, "What the was she thinking when she wrote this?" Like,
Is she
because there's some
okay?
well, and then for me in my mind, like, I'm like, "I wrote this," and my husband's like, "You wrote what?" "But you did what?"
Come again?
I'm like, "I mean, that's not that bad, right?" Like, and then getting the WTFs from my editor, I'm like, "Okay, well, that's good though, because that's what I wanted." Like, in my mind, it's really not, like, that over the top, but then I have some friends and coworkers that are like, "Livy, I can't read your book. I don't think I can read your book." Or one of my coworkers started it at work, and she was like, "I don't think I can read this."
Oh, no. She's like, "I don't think I can look at you anymore the same
Yeah.
way."
And then one of my other coworkers started reading it at work, and she was like, "The vibe is just like, I just wanna be in the dark snuggled up, like, with some mood lighting," and I was like, "Well, good, because like, you feel the vibe." But I definitely want the end to wreck you. Like, I want you to feel haunted at the end.
Y'all, if you're not watching this on YouTube and you're just listening, she's beautiful and just looks like a little angel sitting over there in her office, and she's like, "I want to wreck you." I love it. That's good. At least you know where you're going.
Yeah, for sure.
So don't be surprised if she wrecks you in the end. Sorry. I just love it because it's very unassuming. You're very unassuming. It's just like, yeah, wreck. You're very good with words. I love it.
Thank
So,
you.
what was your biggest creative challenge that you faced when you were writing?
So keeping the Gothic tone consistent was
Mm.
challenging because, again, that's not my normal everyday. Like, like, I wouldn't ever call myself, like, a Gothic person.
Mhm.
I just love the aesthetic of it. Like,
Right.
I love the vibe of it. So, it's not like I was writing really in my normal tone that I talk in. Like,
Right.
I needed the creative challenge there was, like, trying to keep my words poetic.
Mhm.
Like, every sentence was written with that in mind. Like, every sentence was written with that purpose of, like, I need to keep this, like, lyrically beautiful, and I need to keep this just, like, really, like, with a gothic vibe, so that was my biggest challenge, was keeping that tone consistent throughout the whole book, and, of course, there were times where, like, the tone would stray off, and that's why you have editors, because then your
Right.
editor is like, "Hey, your tone's a little off here, go back and fix that," and then so I'm like, "Okay, yeah," so I can, like, go back and I'm like, "Okay, get back in the vibe," you know?
Mhm.
That was my biggest challenge for sure.
Now, how do you keep it gothic? Is that a stupid question? Because I'm trying to think, like, how do you keep it a certain way? You know what I mean? Like, is it your
Yeah.
language or the way that you are describing things in the book?
Yeah, so the biggest thing for that is scenery,
Mhm.
like, being able to describe what's happening around. So, like, in the book, it mentions a rose garden, and while the book takes place in the winter, so, of course, a garden is not blooming in the winter, but it does mention that she keeps it dead all year long because she just finds beauty in the dead things.
Oh, she's a
Um
Scorpio.
And I will say that when I first started writing the book, I read a lot of Edgar Allan Poe because when I think of Gothic, I think of him.
Mhm.
And there are some journal entries in here from like a journal she finds in the house. And I needed to keep that like writing style more 1900s. So yeah, I Googled a couple words like, what would you call fireplace in the early 1900s?
What would you call a fireplace in the early?
Hearth. A,
Oh,
a hearth. Yeah.
hearth.
Struck a match and lit the hearth.
The more you know. I'm gonna look
Yeah.
at my kids today and be like, "Will y'all go get me this off the hearth?" And they're gonna be like, "What?"
Um,
Be like,
but
"You
yeah,
uncultured
so
swine. It's the fireplace.
yeah, learn.
Learn
Read a
something."
book.
Not this one. This one sounds a little too too hot much for you at this age, but read it when you're 21 or over.
Yeah. Not recommended for children, please.
Do you think so I don't know the ending. I've never read the book, but is this gonna be like the start of a series?
This book, no.
Okay.
I Now I am working though, because I'm gonna put out a special edition of the book, and with that, there will be a bonus chapter, and it's just because there is, like, one really big question that, like, that all of my readers have been asking me,
Mhm.
and it's funny because like, I don't know the answer to it. But mind you, this is my first book, right? And
Right.
so it only gets better from what I hear. And it's just in my mind, I'm like, oh, it doesn't need to make sense. It's a book. That part doesn't really need to make sense after you read the ending, but I guess it does. So I'm gonna put out a special edition that'll have a bonus chapter or an epilogue, if you will, and that's gonna
Okay.
really answer the one big question that people are left with. So I will do that. I am working on another book already, and that will be a 2-book series.
Okay. You kinda remind me of the author of, like, 50 Shades of Grey, how she's, like, really unassuming, and then you read her book, and it's like, "Holy shit!
Yeah.
Wait, what?"
I know, it's just so funny because like, once I start getting, like, really big and out there, and especially, like, being, known locally, I'm just waiting for the day that I have a because I work with kids, right? So I'm waiting for the day that a parent is like, "Are you
And you're gonna
are
be like,
you"
"Are you? Mhm. Okay, mom. I see you."
Well, it, like, kind of almost happened so I was in the grocery store with my husband, a little bit ago, and some guy stops me, and he was like, "Hey, you're Livy from that video." And I was like, "God, like, what video?" Because my
What
husband's
video? Whoa, 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 where did
I'm
you
like
see this video, sir?
I'm like 'cause I'm
Mm.
not trying to I don't wanna give anything away, so I'm just like, looking at him, and then it's no, he was the camera guy of a commercial I was in. So, it's like, "The girl from that video," and I was like, "Oh god, my husband's right there."
What got leaked? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, goodness. That's
But no, it
funny.
was it was harmless. It was a commercial that my husband knew I was in, so we're good.
What was the commercial for?
So, it was my neighbor, she is, like, really high up in this company that makes a lot of, products. They do a lot of, like, paints and stains, and they also
Oh,
do cleaning products, and so she had asked me if I would be in one of the commercials, and it was actually a paid gig. I wasn't expecting that.
you're an actress too.
I know, a jack of all trades.
Updating that resume as we speak. Paid actress commercial.
Times 2 because they had me back.
Ooh, heck yeah, man. Look at you. You're like, I'm gonna be recognized as an author. And they're like, "Hey, you were in a commercial."
I know.
Like, well, manifesting, and it's like, maybe I need to be more clear in my manifestations.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, "I told you for the book."
Not the cleaning commercial.
I
I
don't wanna
love
be known
that.
for the mop, okay? Not the mop.
Not the mop. I mean, it's a great mop, but not that mop. The only place I've been recognized so far is the middle school. I'm quite popular at the middle school.
Well, I'm sure your kids show all the friends.
They do.
Yeah,
My
that's very s
daughters are super proud of me, and even though my one is a huge skeptic, she's still, like, my biggest fan, and she thinks I'm crazy, and I scare both of them because I know what they're thinking, like, and it's more than just mom tuition, it is I can hear what they're thinking. I don't mean to. I don't want to, really, like, you know what I mean? Like, "Ah,
Yeah.
yuck."
Yeah.
But my girls are I call them my hype girls. I raised 2 little hype girls, and they are always hyping me up no matter what. And so, yeah, I'll go into the school and I hear, "That's Daisy's mom. That's Victoria's mom. That's Daisy and Victoria's mom. Oh, she's a ghost girl. She's a ghost gossip. Oh my goodness." Yeah. And I'm like,
That's so sweet.
"Yep, I'm famous at the middle school."
Hey, I have a little fan club of teenagers. One of my coworkers, she, came to me the one day before this book released, because everyone at work had bought my little self-help book
Oh,
to support me, which was so sweet, and I guess one girl, like, her daughter and her daughter's friends got a hold of it, and they were like, "I love Libby!"
I love that.
And so now I have this little fan club that follows me around on social media, and they they, like, repost all my videos, and they really hype me up, and I'm like, "You know what? I love this." Like,
Yes.
my biggest fans are a group of teenagers, and I don't even care. Like, this is great.
They're the ones that,
And
they're a tough crowd if you really think about it. I have
right.
2 of them.
That's the side you wanna be on, because 'cause they're the ones that tell you if you're yay or nay, and I'm yay right now.
You're a W, as my girls would say. A
A
W.
win?
A win. Yes.
Oh, good, good,
Yes.
good.
I had somebody tell Daisy, "Your mom's a W." And I'm like, "What does that mean? Is that good?" Like, because and a W could mean a lot of different things, especially back in my day, because what also starts with a W is like whore. So it's like, wait a second. What does he mean by W? Right? So she's like, "You're winning, mom." I'm like, "Okay, good. Perfect.
Yeah, it's good.
Yay." So is there anything else that you want readers to know, maybe about you or about your book or anything?
Well, I will say this, I love using M dashes, so I want everyone to know that I wrote my book and not AI.
Wait, you said M dashes?
M dashes, it's like when you have, like, a pause in thought in a sentence, you'll say,
Mhm.
like, you know, "My dog has laid on my bed, M dash, but did she really though?" Like, it's kind of like for dramatic effect, I don't know. I just made that up.
I like
My
dot,
book's
dot,
better than
dot.
that. Um, but so I guess, like, AI is like a enemy in the writing world right now, and,
Mhm.
people started, like, blowing up the internet saying that, like, anything that has an M dash in it was written by AI. Well, first and foremost, like, I have seen people use AI to generate, like, a Facebook post,
Yeah.
and AI doesn't use M dashes correctly. They don't. And it's funny because, like, when you look back into, like, an old book from Hemingway or, like, Charles Dickens, like, there's M dashes in there, so you're like, "Okay, I guess AI wrote that then.
Yep.
Thanks, Charles Dickens, for lying."
Hey, Charles, we know you. We know your secret, Charles.
Yeah. So, I did not use AI, and then here's actually a fun fact. Now, I'm not, like, a hater of AI by any means because it has helped me with marketing.
Right.
Because I cannot draw. I can do many things, but I can't draw. So I have asked AI to, like, create an image for me here and there, like, whatever, it's not the end of the world. There was one point where I was like, "Hey, I wonder if ChatGPT can proofread." So I, like, put in a couple paragraphs of one of my chapters. I got flagged because it was too graphic, and they said I needed help. I'm so serious.
Did they give you a number, like, to
They
call for
did.
help? Yeah.
Yeah, they started, like, listing numbers and websites, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, that's definitely not gonna happen. A real editor it is."
Yep. There's some things AI just can't touch, and graphic horror novel is one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use AI to after you do this for so long, it's like you just get blocked, like just mental blocks. Like
Yeah.
I do these little portions of history on my social media, just haunted history. And sometimes I cannot for the life of me think of like a haunted location. And I'm like, I know there's so many, but I can mentally think of one right now. So I'll be like, AI, give me a list of 5 haunted locations. And then I'll be like, "Okay, that's a good one," and then I run with that one.
Yeah. Well,
It's
and
not the enemy.
and there's not an author out there that can tell you they don't use Google to research things, like, because you have
Yes,
to know what you're writing about, right?
exactly.
So, like, I use and it's not like I'm using AI per se, but, like, Google is linked to AI nowadays. So, like, if I Google, like, "What year did they first build the first Victorian manor in, Vermont?"
Mhm.
I'm not cheating. Like, I'm
No,
not plagiarizing, like, I need to know so that I'm fact checking
right,
what
you
I'm
don't
writing.
have probably shelves of encyclopedias like we used to when we were back in the 1900s, you know?
No. My encyclopedias are Edgar Allan Poe. I have a Wuthering Heights right here, though, that
Oh, cool.
might be helpful for my book,
I
and
have a
just
whole shelf of Edgar Allan Poe that my husband found abandoned in a house, and I guess the owner had passed away, and he was younger. Him and somebody else were paid to go and clean the house out, and they found just books and books and books of Edgar Allan Poe. I'll have to when we're done, I'll go downstairs and take a picture of them. They are really cool.
That sounds amazing. I actually collect, like, old vintage books. My husband and me will go to antique shops a few times a month, and I'll always leave with at least 2
That's very
really
cool.
old, like, vintage books. Just, some of them I don't even know what they are, but I just love the way they look, and it
Mhm.
just yeah, I think it really adds a lot of character to my office.
Yeah, they are. They're very cool. I would love more. These are all relatively like new, but I would love some vintage. But you will not find me in an antique store because I go into an antique store and I get nauseous. So I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna. I don't like it in there. My sister, she could live in one. We are night and day. She'll bring stuff home, and I'm like, I don't like it. What's wrong with it? I don't know. I can't tell you that, but I can tell you I don't like it.
Yeah.
She gave me a ring because she thought it was haunted, and I was like, "I don't feel anything." So I sent it to my friend Jessica, who's a psychic medium, and she goes, "There's nothing on it." And I was like, "I didn't think so, but I just, just make sure. So if I need to yeet it out my house, I can." But
Yeah,
it's up there. It's really pretty. It looks like a Gothic piece, but it's just cocktail jewelry.
that's pretty.
Well, where can people find your book?
So, directly through my author website, which is nice because if you do order it through me, I will be the one to send it so I can sign it. Um,
Ooh,
and I do offer like a special like author package or book boxes. So I'm pretty crafty. I do have an Etsy shop
oh, nice.
where I make like bookish decor.
Hmm.
But I made these mugs to match my book.
Oh, nice. I
Yeah,
was gonna
so
ask you if you included crows or ravens.
in the book, there's it's a snowy owl that's very like mentioned a lot. And
Hmm.
so I did put the owl on my bookmarks that I made.
Oh, I love it.
But like it's so hard to not love a good raven when you're trying to make all the decor. So
Yes.
um so I made the mug. But yeah, so I do have an Etsy shop that like sells book decor, like book bouquets, and I make these paper roses out of book pages. But anyway, so my book, yeah, you can get it directly through my author website, or it is also on Amazon, paperback, hardback, or Kindle Unlimited.
Very cool. Well, if they want to follow you, where can people find you?
I'm on all social media platforms. Facebook is just Livy Yvonne, but Instagram and TikTok is Livy Yvonne Author.
Okay. And I will make sure I have all of your handles listed in the show notes. And I will get you to send me your websites for your Etsy and your book page or your author page. And I will actually have those listed as well. So if y'all are interested in buying her book, you can just click the link and it will take you right there.
Yeah.
So y'all make sure to go follow Livy all over. Stalk her, give her all the love. Not stalk like bad stalk, okay? Let me clarify. Don't be a
Well,
stalker. Not a
I
nasty one.
I don't know. Stalking's kind of like a big thing in my book. I'm down
Oh, is
for it.
it? Of course it is. Okay, well, it sounds like she might like to be stalked. I don't know. Y'all don't do anything illegal. And while you're there, make sure you follow me everywhere. Guys, I think I'm going to start weaning off of TikTok a little bit, so you can find me mainly on Facebook and Instagram. And until next time, they'll see you later.